Have you wanted to budget your money, but you feel like it's so overwhelming? Or maybe you've tried budgeting many times in the past and failed, so you give up? I've been there, and today we are going to sit down and figure out how to create your first budget together. Welcome back or welcome. My name is Kristin, and on this channel, I make videos to help you save more money and make more money. And I apologize for this look today. I just finished exercising and I'm just in a huge rush today. I want to make sure I get this filmed so I can get this out to you this week so that by the end of this week, you will have made your very first budget and you will be well on your way to becoming a budget master. I truly believe that learning to live on a budget is one of the very best things you can do for your finances today and in the future. But I also know from personal experience how difficult and overwhelming it can be to actually start budgeting and stick to it. My husband and I probably started budgeting and quit a dozen times before it finally stuck. And if you have found yourself in a similar situation, just know that's completely normal. There's nothing wrong with you. Budgeting definitely takes some time to get the hang of. And after working with people and helping people take back control of their money, learn how to budget, get out of debt for more than 7 years now, one of the biggest factors I see get in the way of people being successful with budgeting is they overcomplicate things. That is why today we are going to start with the most simple budget you could possibly create. And to help you along in this process, I am going to put a link to this free budget template down below in the description box. This is the template we're going to be using during this video. So make sure you head to that link, download your own copy. It's completely free. And that way you can follow along creating your own budget as we go through this video. I'll also mention to make things as easy as possible, I'm just using made up numbers here. I'm using simple round numbers so that it's easy to follow along and you can easily see where the calculations are coming from and where I'm getting the different numbers and totals. Again, the idea here is to just keep this process as simple as possible because overcomplication leads to overwhelm. And when you're constantly feeling overwhelmed with your finances or with your budget, it's going to keep you from building any confidence with your finances. So when we really look at our budget in its simplest form, it's going to allow you to better understand your finances. It's going to allow you to better understand how to create your budget, how these numbers all correlate. It's going to allow you to use the data that you're gathering on your budget to make better spending decisions and better choices with your money moving forward. And as you use this budget a couple months in a row, you are going to become more confident. You're going to have a better grasp and a better understanding of your finances. And then you can begin to get more detailed and nuanced with your budget because you'll then have that solid foundation that you can just build upon. So enough chatter. I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera and we are going to fill out our budget. Okay, I apologize that this may look a little crooked. The tripod I bought for filming above does clearly not film above very well, so bear with me here. This is the simple budget planner. Like I said, we are going to keep things as basic as possible. We are simply going to take all of our personal information and fill in each section here, and then we're going to add it up, and that literally is all there is to it. For income, we are just going to say this is a married couple of two. So the husband makes $4,000 a month. Again, we are just rounding here to keep things really easy. Use these Pilot friction erasable pens. They are my favorite thing to use when I'm budgeting because I can simply erase my mistakes. They come in a million different colors. I'll tag them on this video. I cannot do a written budget without them. So $4,000, let's just say the wife makes $3,000. So that is obviously a total of $7,000 a month. Now for their bills, They have rent. Please excuse my handwriting too. I'm standing up while I'm doing this so I can hopefully fit everything in the shot. Rent, they pay $2,000 a month. Phone bill, this is for their cell phone. Let's just say they pay $200 a month. Streaming service, they pay $20 a month. We can just go on the assumption that some of their utilities are included in their rent, but we can add electric here. Let's say that is running them about $100 a month. Let's just say they have car insurance. We're going to handle their cars later in this debt section, but they pay $200 a month for insurance, and so on and so forth. You can fill in all of your monthly bills here. Then we're going to actually cut over here to expenses. So in expenses, I typically add the additional expenses that you incur on a monthly basis that are aside from these fixed bills. So technically you could call these fixed expenses and variable expenses, but I do find that sometimes people get confused with that. So I listed this as bills, so you know your specific bill payments you can put here, and your expenses you can put over here. So most of the time these expenses will vary month to month, whereas these bills will stay a specific amount each month. So expenses would be things like groceries, things like gas for your car. Maybe they have kids and they give them lunch money, clothing. Maybe they purchase some clothing each month. Entertainment, so they like to go out a little bit. And then within entertainment, you could decide whether you wanted to include dining out with entertainment or dining out with your groceries. You can decide whether you want to include things like toilet paper, paper towels, pet food, that type of stuff within your groceries, or whether you want to split that out as a separate item. Personally, I think in the beginning, when you're first learning how to budget, it's helpful to split everything out, because that is how you're going to get the most data on your spending and really see where your money is going, which is one of the most important parts of this entire exercise. So we can do that here. Dog food, dining out, household products, anything else. If you have parking that you pay for at work, if you ride the train to work, any of these specific different expenses that don't necessarily fall under a bill category, you can write those out here. So let's just say $500 for groceries, $100 for gas, $100 for kids' lunch. Maybe they don't need a lot of clothing each month, but they do put a little extra aside in case somebody needs to grab something. We can do $50 for that. Entertainment, $200. Dog food, $100. Dining out. Maybe they budget to go out to dinner once a month. Well, that's probably about $100 nowadays. And household products for the month we'll list at $100 too, just to make it easy. I know we didn't total these. I'll do that at the end. Now we still need to complete our savings and our debt portion. Personally, when we were in debt, I would go ahead and fill out the debt section next, because we did have a substantial amount of debt. I needed to prioritize paying off that debt first before I saw how much money I could possibly put away in savings each month. So if you are in debt, you may want to go that route. If you're not in debt, you can simply cross that off, and then you can go ahead and fill out how much money you want to put aside for savings each month. Let's just go ahead and start with the debt column. We'll just say his car, maybe he has a $600 car payment, and her car, maybe she has a $400 car payment. Let's also assume that they have a balance on one of their credit card. Maybe the minimum balance is $100 a month, but they're trying really hard to get it paid off, so they pay $300 a month on that, okay? Let's go ahead and total everything up. This is going to be $1,300 here. Let's see here, we had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 50. And then over here we have 22, 3, 24, 20. Let me know in the comments if I made a mistake adding anything up there. Hopefully I did not. What you can see right off the bat here is this couple is way under. Their expenses total to way less than the $7,000 that they're bringing in. So now they need to allocate how much money they're going to save each month. So I believe they each have an IRA. So they are planning for their retirement, and he's putting $5,000 away in his IRA. Let's say she also has an IRA. She's putting $500 away, and they are still building an emergency fund. So they're going to put $300 away in that. So that is a total of $1,300. Now, the real easy part is just adding all the totals over here. So our income total, we're just gonna grab the total of each section here and move it down here. So our income total is $7,000. Our total bills, $2,420. Our total savings, $1,300. Our total monthly expenses, $1,250, and then the total debt payments. So I had to grab my calculator. Didn't want to mess it up for this video. So now all we need to do is we need to find how much money is left here at the end of the month. So we're going to take the $7,000 for our income, and from the $7,000, we are going to subtract all of these totals. So we are going to say $7,000 minus $2,420, minus $1,300, minus $1,250, minus $1,300. And that is going to give us a leftover amount of $730. With the intention of this video being to keep this as simple as possible, all I'm going to say is that this couple now has a choice. If they want to either use this extra $730 towards their next month's budget, or they want to go back and adjust the numbers that they're putting in savings and or putting towards their debt, because they still have $730 left over at the end of the month. Or maybe they want to add another $100 into their groceries this month, considering eggs are $5 million a dozen. Or maybe they have a vacation coming up and they need to go get some new clothing. They have all this money they can use to put towards that. But it is imperative that you understand what you have coming in each month and what you have going out each month. And you have to know the breakdown of where your money is going each month. Like I said, this is a very, very simplified version, but if you cannot grasp budgeting and you cannot seem to get this down pat and make it a habit, this is where you need to start. This is your very first budget. Of course, your numbers are going to look different, but this is the process. Do not overcomplicate it. Do not try to make it super fancy, and keep it simple until you are used to doing this every single month. That's it, my friend. That is how you are going to create your very first super simple budget that you can use the next couple of months to pay attention to where your money is going. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know, what did you think of this method of budgeting your money? Do you feel like this helped things click for you a little bit more? Do you feel like this is a budgeting method or system that you would be able to stick to? Let me know if there's any questions you have, or if there's anything that you think didn't make sense or you think should be changed. I would love to hear from you. I really appreciate the feedback. If you absolutely love learning about budgeting and you just can't get enough, I also will leave a link down in the description box for my free 5-day Begin to Budget course. This is going to pretty much take all of the concepts that we covered today and go much deeper. You'll get a brand new lesson each day for 5 days, and it's going to give you all of the knowledge that you need to successfully budget, take back control of your money, and even get yourself out of debt. I highly recommend it. It's completely free. So I'll leave the link to that down there as well. And while you're at it, if you found this video helpful in any way, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe. I would love to see you back here for more videos just like this. And when you feel like you have this down pat and you are ready to take it to the next level, this video here is going to show you how to create a more detailed, more in-depth budget step by step. So make sure you check that video out. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and I will see you back here for the next one.